The David story just got really dark, bro. How can it get any more dark than a body in a car, gang? How can it get any more dark than that, gang? I'm not gonna lie.
Social media the last week, you probably heard about the viral story surrounding popular singer David, spelled D4VD. It started when the body of a Jane Doe was found inside a Tesla registered to him. At first, there was no confirmation that David had any connection to her until now. The David story just got really dark, and in this video, I'm going to break it down all together with you. So drop a like on this video because you're in for one hell of a story. Now, before we get into the latest developments, let's rewind for a second because just a few days ago, this is what we knew. Popular singer David, spelled D4VD, a 20-year-old Houston-raised artist who blew up on TikTok with his song Romantic Homicide, a sleeper hit with over 1.6 billion streams on Spotify that opened the door for him to a major record deal, global recognition, tours, and major brand collabs. On the surface, he was just a young star living the dream life. But about a week ago, Los Angeles police made a discovery, one that would soon be connected to David himself. On September 8th, 2025, police in Los Angeles found a decomposed body inside a Tesla, and that Tesla was registered to a David Burke, which turned out to be popular singer David himself. According to reports,
I'm not gonna lie, real quick, I know I gotta stop pausing and talking so much, but yo, I don't support anything he did, you know what I'm saying? This is absolutely disturbing. But how dumb can you be to leave a body in a car? Like, how dumb can you, bro? You're going on tour, Mud. You're going on tour. You just caught a body, and your decision is, oh, let me just keep it in the car and just get rid of the car and leave it in the parking lot. Bro, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. You actually are, like, stupid and have a small brain. Like, you didn't even, like, try.
Workers at an impound
bro, I'm
lot.
sorry that sounds crazy, but it's just like, bro, like when you hear about people who are sociopaths and murderers, Mud, they have a whole elaborate scheme and plan. Bro, it sounds like he just caught a body and just threw it in the back of the car and thought everything would be okay. You didn't think there was gonna be a stench or a smell? Like,
I noticed a foul odor coming from the car.
See what I'm
when
saying?
They opened up the Tesla's trunk, they discovered human remains stuffed inside a bag.
Like, you're so
the
dumb,
Los Angeles
bro.
County Medical Examiner described her as a female, about 5'2", weighing just 71 pounds, which equals to 32 kilograms for my international
She
viewers.
was a kid. 5'2", 71 pounds. She's a child. Bars, BJ, bars. Nigga, he is stupid as fuck. He is so dumb. Like, you're gonna live, bro. You're so dumb, gang. Like, you don't think a body's gonna smell, bro. Like, we just watched another video where the girl had a body in her vehicle where she had it in like 20, 30 trash bags, thought that would hold the smell. Bro, how dumb can people be? Like, gang. It's just stupid. Every eyewitness news has learned the remains belong to a woman. In addition, she was described as having wavy black hair, 5'2" tall, very short, weighing 71 pounds. Like, she's very small girl. She was found wearing a tube top. Oh my gosh, black leggings, yellow metal bracelet, and a metal stud earrings. The woman also had a tattoo on her right index fingers that said, "Shh, nigga, you're done."
She had wavy black hair, metal stud earrings, a yellow bracelet, and a tattoo on her right index finger that literally read, "Shh," like, shh, quiet. At the time, her name wasn't released, but those details alone were shocking as they were considering who this car was connected to. The LAPD confirmed the vehicle had been sitting in the yard for days, and they even had to call David himself, who was on tour at the time, to inform him that his car had a body inside of it. And David was cooperating with the police and claimed he had no knowledge of what they found. But while that was happening, the fallout started hitting him hard. Clothing brand Hollister, who had just launched a campaign with David, pulled his images from their website and seemingly ended their relationship with the singer quietly. And at the same time, the internet was asking a lot of questions, right? How did this young popular artist with no history of violence suddenly get tied to something this?
One last thing about the car. I know I keep talking about the car. Bro, you left the car in LA where it's like 90 degrees every single day? Like, bro, he really did not think this through whatsoever. He has issues, bro. Like, oh my God.
Disturbing. For the past week, things have been up in the air with no real answers, but what's come out since then changes everything. A week after the news broke, we finally got confirmation of who that person was. According to NBC News, the victim was identified through forensics as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas.
15,
Celeste had been reported
gang.
missing out of Lake
15, bro.
Elsinore back in April of 2024. According to authorities, she left her home around 9 p.m. one evening and never came back. Her
current
family
age
put out
was
flyers,
13?
posted her photos, and pleaded for anyone with information to come
Bro,
forward
that's a
so
child.
their baby girl could be brought home. At the time of her disappearance, she had last been seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty sandals. So when police connected the remains inside David's
What's up,
Tesla
Lisa?
to
How's it
Celeste
going?
through forensic testing, it wasn't just a tragic discovery. It was the end of a year-long pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty sandals. So when police connected the remains inside David's Tesla to Celeste through forensic testing, it wasn't just a tragic discovery. It was the end of a year-long search her family had been desperately holding on to hope for. Authorities also said that she had likely been dead inside that Tesla for an extended period of time before the body was discovered. Right now, the exact cause of death has not yet been determined. The LAPD says the coroner has not classified the case as a homicide or released a manner of death, and there are no suspects at this time. As for David himself, real name David Burke, a spokesperson said he was informed of the situation and that he is fully cooperating with authorities. At the time, like we stated, he was of course on tour, but his scheduled show in Seattle was canceled immediately after the news broke. So with Celeste now identified, the tragedy hit even harder. A 15-year-old little girl who had been missing since 2024 was found in the trunk of a car registered to a popular singer in the music industry. Just as the internet was trying to process what happened, police have officially made their next move, and it shows.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, my bad. The industry is scary, bro. You gotta be careful with the industry, bro. Like, this is a perfect example. You never know who you're messing with, bro. You never do.
Tears, they're taking this case right here. Within 48 hours of Celeste being officially identified, investigators made their next move. Police executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. He doesn't own the property, but sources confirmed it was a place he had been living recently. And here's where things get more serious. TMZ reports that the home was actually rented by David's manager, and detectives did not leave empty-handed. LAPD's robbery homicide division walked out with several evidence bags.
Oh my gosh.
Photos and videos posted earlier this year even showed David inside the house, singing with producer Benny Blanco in the kitchen and dancing in the living room. TMZ compared the interiors of that footage to real estate listings, and they matched the property that police searched. Neighbors also recall seeing that same Tesla parked outside the house for days before it was eventually towed. A car with Texas plates and a big dent that stood out on the street. At the time, no one thought much of it, but looking back now, perhaps it was no coincidence. So for now, police haven't classified this as a homicide because the medical examiner still hasn't determined exactly how Celeste died. The Tesla was abandoned and towed on September 6th, and just 2 days later, workers at the impound lot made the grim discovery. Investigators say the case now depends on the coroner's findings, and so far the process has apparently been very difficult. I'm assuming it's probably because, you know, her body was decomposed, so that would make a lot of sense, right?
Bro.
No arrests have been made so far, but the fact that LAPD homicide detectives
can I just say, bro, why would he keep the body, gang? Why would he keep the body, bro? Like, it's obviously way over decomposed. Like, it's past, like, you're probably even able to recognize her on some real shit. She probably was definitely more than 70 pounds. It's just the fact that she's been sitting there for so long. You know what I'm saying? How dumb can you be?
Connected to David shows just how closely they're closing in on his world. And if that wasn't enough, okay, the plot has thickened even more, and we got some new details that make the story darker than anyone expected. Here's where things get even darker. According to TMZ, investigators may be looking at a direct connection between David and Celeste herself, and after TMZ got a tip that the victim might be Celeste, they reached out to her mother, and her mother confirmed two things. Number one, first, that Celeste apparently had a boyfriend named David, and number two, that she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "Shh."
Bro.
Now that right there is not new information, right? It lined up exactly with what the initial reports from the coroner were saying, but here's where things get crazy, because David himself has the exact same tattoo inked on his right index finger.
So cooked.
And on the screen right now, you'll see a picture of that. So
you're cooked. You're cooked. You're literally so cooked, bro. Like, Mud, I think that you might be one of the, like, slowest people, like, in the world, bro. I think you're the dumbest, like, murderer to ever do this shit. You're actually, like, so stupid, bro. Not to mention that it was literally a child you chose to do it to, which is even crazier to me, bro. Like, oh my gosh. And then to make a song about it, gang, and to have that shit go viral and have people think you're talking about it metaphorically, but realistically you're talking about like, nah, IRL, real life is real life mud. Nah.
Keep this on a screen for a second if you want to check it out, because I don't want you rewinding this and going out of your way to, rewind it. So as you guys can see, here's the picture. Looking, you see it? Great. Let's keep it moving. All right, so this is already a lot. I ain't even gonna lie, this is a lot. Okay, so let's just sit with this for a second. They found a body in a Tesla registered to David. It ends up being 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who's been missing since April 2024. Ma Dukes, Celeste's mother, said her daughter had a boyfriend named David. And on top of all that, they both got the same tattoo on their finger. And it doesn't stop there, because the plot just keeps on getting thicker. Because TMZ didn't just talk to Celeste's mom. They actually published photos and even a video that appeared to show David and Celeste together. On the screen right now, you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and I'll just keep it on the screen for
he's bugging,
second
bro.
or two, just so you can watch it, so you don't have to rewind. You see it right there.
He's
all
bugging,
right.
bro.
And out of respect for her family, I've blurred her face in any of the visuals in this video. Okay. According to TMZ, one of the photos shows them sitting together at a booth at a venue, both of them wearing black. Now, TMZ also pointed out something very interesting, which was David is wearing the same exact shirt in that booth photo as he wore in a picture with singer Billie Eilish back in October 2023, and that photo is right here. Okay, now this is what TMZ stated, and in no way, shape, or form is this particular connection a sign of anything beyond what they reported. It's just an observation they made to support the photo being authentic. Okay, and it wasn't just photos, however. Okay, TMZ also posted a live stream from January 2024 showing the two of them on camera together answering questions from fans. In the clip, you can hear what appears to be Celeste telling David to respond to a comment. That's a direct interaction on video, and it's left a lot of people asking questions. And remember, this is a 15-year-old girl we're talking about.
I was about to say, bro, can I pause it for a second? I'm so sorry, bro. Let's keep it a $150 real quick. You're not even supposed to be talking to a 15-year-old. That's like so dumb, gang. Like, bro, you're a grown-ass adult with money. You are famous. Like, I don't understand why you can't go date a woman your own age. Secondly, to do these illegal acts online, live, in front of thousands of people to turn into millions later on with clips like this, bro, you're actually, like, so slow. It blows my mind that, like, people, like, do such disturbing things and then feel so comfortable to post it online. Like does no one think that that's crazy? He was literally posting videos with her. He went on stream with her. Like, nobody finds that insane, like, at all, gang. Like and stupid. Like, you're literally so dumb, gang. First of all, you shouldn't be talking to a 13-year-old. That's so dumb. So dumb. Secondly, to kind of like openly like post about it, gang, take him to jail. Send him to jail. There's literally and then to see where we're at now, the end of the story with someone, a child who lost her soul, bro. Send him to jail. Send him to jail, gang.
Now TMZ, who obviously they've been putting in some work on this story, right? They did even more digging. And what they claim is this. They found another photo of David in Lake Elsinore, the same city where Celeste went missing back in April 2024 after leaving her home around 9 p.m. and never coming back. For context, Lake Elsinore is about 70 miles outside of Los Angeles, and it's where Celeste lived with her family. And here's the part that made people react, okay? The photo that TMZ stated that they have was taken just a 6-minute walk from Celeste's family home. Once again, I want to make it clear, this is what TMZ reported. Gang. I'm not saying that this, says anything. I'm just reporting what they said, okay? And also, just so we're on the same page here, police have not named a suspect in Celeste's death. But according to TMZ, for detectives to even get that search warrant on the Hollywood Hills home that David lived in but doesn't own, that's what led investigators to seize a computer and multiple evidence bags from the property. Now, since I want to be very mindful of how I cover this particular story, considering how sensitive it is, let me just say it like this, right? There are other photos and videos of Celeste and David floating around social media, but I won't be showing those here. Her family just got the worst possible news of their life, and I want to keep that in mind as I break the story down. So we're sticking strictly to what's been reported publicly. by verified outlets. That way we keep it respectful, accurate, and above all else, responsible, right? Now this next part is wild as well, because there's this video that surfaced online that TMZ published, which is a video of one of Celeste's alleged former teachers talking about her in class. He pulled out his phone, showed students a photo of himself with Celeste, and said he had taught her years ago. And according to this teacher, Celeste first disappeared after meeting David on social media. He claims this, right? And he even claims that she ran away to Hollywood with him before police eventually tracked her down and returned her to her mother.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
What?
How long ago was this?
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA.
Bro, this is so bad.
He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Yeah, be careful.
The teacher says that she went missing again in May 2024, 1 month after she...
Pause. This is why it's so important to be careful with people you meet on social media, bro. My bad. I had to pause that. I had to do something real quick. Bro, you have to be careful. Like, if this David story, if this David murder case doesn't teach you anything already, learn that you need to be careful with people you meet on social media. You do not know who you're talking to. They might persuade you to think one thing and they might be another. You have to be locked in. You have to be careful, bro. Because now a child has lost her soul and she will never get to live and breathe in this world again because of someone she met on social media and trusted. This shit kills me, bro. Like, you have to be careful with social media and the people you talk to. It's so easy to meet somebody on social media that's famous and that you adore and you look up to, and you want to meet and they tell you to come over. They tell you they want to hang out with you. Gang, the very first thing you're going to do is probably say yes. Let's be honest. You have to be careful with things like this. This is not this David case is not the first time something like this has happened. Y'all know that, right? Do y'all remember the R. Kelly story? Don't you remember that he was bringing in young woman artists that were hungry to grow and become something, and he showed them this lavish lifestyle and that he only loves them and only like you know what I'm saying? And now look where he is. This is another story just like this. And there's so many of them. I can't even think of other artists though, but like I know, like y'all know others, bro. Come on, gang.
Reported missing in April of 2024, and that was the last he heard of her until now. He told his class he was sharing this as a cautionary tale about the dangers of social media. Again, this is what the teacher is claiming, but as you guys can see, I just played the video, right? The plot definitely keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And on that note, there's also a bunch of Discord messages floating around the internet right now that people are connecting to this story. Since I personally can't verify if they're accurate or not, I won't be showing them in this video. But what I will say is this: they're out there and they're adding a whole other layer of speculation to this case right here. Now here's another layer people online have been talking about. A leaked song that's been floating around where David allegedly mentions Celeste by name. Supposedly the track is titled Celeste. Now let's be very clear. I have no clue where this comes from. Is it legit? Is it AI? I can't verify that. And that's exactly why I'm not going to play it here. But it's been circulating, and the fact that people even believe this record exists has added another wild twist to the narrative. And by the way, just to be clear, it's an actual song. Like, it's an existing song, but I just can't verify if it's a real song, if you get what I'm saying. Because sometimes people might make certain things with AI because a story is big. You get what I'm saying? Now, with everything we just laid out, let's talk about the fallout because things are starting to spiral. Right after Celeste was officially identified, David hit a pause on his world tour. He was actually going to perform in Europe, like places like Copenhagen, Stockholm, I believe London as well, and Poland if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like the tour has been put on hold as of today. On top of the tour getting shut down, a few popular artists in the industry have already started distancing themselves from David. One of those artists is Kali Uchis, a very talented singer who, the last time I checked, she was in a relationship with Don Toliver, and I believe they actually had a baby. She actually teamed up with David earlier this year on a song called Crashin' from his debut album Withered. But after the news broke about Celeste, Kali Uchis publicly responded on Instagram saying that the collab is in the process of being taken down from streaming services. Wow. And when people in her comments try to blame her for working with him, she fired back saying that's just internalized misogyny. In other words, women always getting blamed for what men do, which happens. Aside from that, Canadian pop star Tate McRae, one of the biggest names in the mainstream right now, has also decided to unfollow David on social media. And like we already know, Hollister pulled him from their campaign as well. So as you guys could see, the industry is, the industry is reacting to this, okay? So right now, things are very much up in the air. Authorities haven't named a suspect and they haven't even determined the exact cause of death. But the fact that they searched his home, seized evidence, they left with a computer, all these ties are being cut, it shows just how seriously they're treating this. For David, this isn't just a hit to his career, his entire world is hanging by a thread. You know, it's strange how this thing started with Celeste being found in that Tesla and now it's turned into one of the most shocking stories the music industry has seen in a long time. This story is going to keep on developing and eventually we'll get the truth of what happened to 15-year-old Celeste. And I trust that law enforcement will do their due diligence because at the end of the day, this isn't just a headline right here. It's about a young girl and her family who deserve answers more than anybody. And as for David himself, his connection to Celeste is weird, it's strange, and honestly, it's pretty creepy in my opinion, right? I'm not saying that he's guilty. I'm just saying like just the fact that he's even connected to this, especially considering her age, I think it's
weird.
Right? There are
it's
too
very
many
weird.
coincidences here for it not to raise eyebrows. But since we don't know what we don't know, it's hard to take a firm stance on what the truth actually is, right? What I do know is that public opinion is
What's good, Silver Snake? It was good, gang.
forming fast, and that's why people are looking at this situation and saying something doesn't feel right. My number one concern here is that Celeste's family gets justice and that they find out what really happened to her, why it happened, and who was responsible. Because yeah, the internet's locked in since it's tied to a popular singer and this guy's famous and nobody thought that he would ever be connected to something like this. But when you strip all that away, what matters most is the life that was lost. So my condolences go to Celeste's family and I pray strength and comfort upon them during this time. I'll keep you guys updated as this story unfolds. You already know that I'm going to be behind this microphone breaking it down for you all the way.
Dub video, bro. Such a great video. I can't even I'm so glad that we're all caught up on this David situation. Bro, please be careful with people you meet on social media. Please don't trust everybody because there are so many weirdos out there. Excuse me. And like, how can I say, like, it doesn't matter if you're an A-lister or if you're a middle-class working person. There are weirdos out there. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful with the people that you meet and you talk to, especially in social media and the world that we're living in. You got to be careful, bro. I can't believe this 15-year-old girl lost her life. And for what? For what, bro? Because someone wanted to keep a little secret? Shh. Are you serious? Are you serious, bro? You should have just went to jail for what you initially should have went to jail for. Now you're going to jail for 2 things. Dub video, though. Dub video, man. Great work, Blackie Speaks. Great work, bro. Great work.